Hello, our Truth Warriors. How are you today? I want to tell a story. Hopefully, it'll elaborate on what's going on right now and give people some indication of where we are in time and everything else that's going on around us. If you looked up and you saw darkening clouds, you can probably guess that a storm is coming, and you can prepare for this and you can stay safe. For those that once saw the ocean disappear, leaving them with just the sand to look at and amaze at where the water had gone, this was a very different warning. Nobody was aware of what was going on. And as the tsunami ripped through, it created a disaster like no other. When we see the warning signs and can react to the danger coming, it is life-saving. When we don't recognise the danger, we are at great risk. And like no other time in history, we've reached a moment where only a few now are aware of the impending danger from what I consider to be the mother of all storms. Putting together a series of seemingly unconnected events, we can gauge the mindset of those who have now gone into protection mode. Firstly, the Vatican, they started this year recalling in debts and assets and money. And at the beginning of September, they gave a 30-day countdown that all assets are to be returned. This is rather an unusual move, and to me it signals that they are aware of an attack that could strip them of their assets, their investments and their money. So what have they done? They have battened down the hatches now. They are ready to brace for this storm. They have brought their assets, investments all back into the Vatican from all around the world, and they're keeping it safe. So you've got to question, what is it they're keeping it safe from? The Federal Reserve, as well as other central banking powerhouses around the world, are also continuing to raise interest. And this is, as they say, in an aid to stimulate the economy after the past few years. Now, this is something that hasn't worked any times before, but they're going to try to repeat the same measures to bring about a recovery of an economy. These actions, I do believe, are to destroy the economy and make the cost of living for all of us, for you, for me, pretty much unbearable, with commodities like food and fuel and all the other things that we are seeing increasing in price continuing. But it's also going to start putting pressure on the markets. It's going to put pressure on the housing markets, where we are probably going to see a sharp decline in property values, and also industry and business, for which they would like to sweep the floor of businesses that they don't wish to collect and put together within their corporations. It's like watching a controlled demolition, this, where it implodes. We also have our friends at the World Economic Forum. They have the Great Reset written down on their website for all to see. These unelected group of people have infiltrated global governments. So your democratically elected leaders and politicians have now sworn their allegiance to the World Economic Forum's cause. And this is a cause which clearly states that you will own nothing and apparently be happy. That means your assets, everything you own, is to be stripped from you. And your wealth that they take will then be redistributed to the ultra rich, which is going to create a huge gap between them and the poor, making the poor suffer even more, making the rich even richer, and quite possibly, from what we can see, eradicating the middle class of those who have worked hard for lifetimes to build up the nest eggs that they have for themselves and for their family. Now, long-time supporter and orchestrator for the World Economic Forum is a man called Prince Charles. You may have heard of him. He is now to be crowned the monarch of the conveniently Brexited Britain, which very cleverly removed its financial ties to a rapid collapsing European Union, which is, again, by design. I can see this will be the ushering in again of the greatest wealth transfer in world history. And we can see where British royalty have aligned themselves with this, fully expecting this plan to be pushed through. So if you think your money is safe in the banks and it's insured, well, you need to think again. The collapse will see those insurance companies in insolvency. And also with the help of legal enactments, which back in 2013 were put into place, you have also allowed those very dirty politicians in every country to put in what is the Bail-in Act. This is now in place. This now means that the previous bailouts of the too big to fail banks is no longer an option. Those cards are off the table. It is now your deposits in the banks which will be seized, frozen, and never returned to you. The stock markets as well are an absolute out of control monster. Now, this could have been tamed way back in 2008, but instead it was fed trillions of confidence-inducing cash, and it is now absolutely out of control. It's ready to destroy anything in its way as its hunt for more continues, as always. Those that don't see the danger will be put in its path of destruction. Stocks, bonds, investments, your pensions will be gone. They'll be eaten up by the beast which has been deliberately released to do this. So, if you don't believe me about this Wizard of Oz scenario, where we have the man behind the curtain pulling the strings and controlling what's going on, just pull that curtain back. The grand illusion that they are putting on you right now will be easily seen. Take a look for yourself in that regards. You see, the ocean is leaving the beach, and I hope you know why. I hope that you have preparations in place and that you have the intelligence to act now, before the world's biggest financial tsunami tears through our modern day society. And with this, most probably ushering in the digital solution for which they would like to enslave us with social crediting systems, universal basic incomes, and the only way to survive is to be reliant on those that have instigated this and put it against us. So, be aware, prepare, because it's always better to be early in recognizing the upcoming danger in 1 minute too late. I want to see us all on the other side. I want to see us making our way through this safely, and those that are causing harm for us and for future generations to be dealt with and removed from their positions of what looks like some kind of out there movie. So take care, everyone. Start looking at where you can make changes to stay safe, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Thank you.